Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers. I'm going to take you through video 2 of modeling a stylistic character. We're going to go ahead and model the leg, start with the body, and you should have this scene all set up, brought in. You should have this in this scene. So the idea is to create a cylinder. I wanted to go ahead and give you a good start, but create a cylinder. And what I did was I click on my brush and I just basically selected all the top parts and deleted, and then I select the bottom parts and deleted it, and I went ahead and moved vertices around. If I go to the front view, you can see that I moved vertices around. I'm going to hit the Q key here and select this, and I just moved that up and scaled it to the right size, and just started moving points around from the front and the side views, kind of like we did with the face. Okay, so instead of spending time doing that, I went ahead and got everything ready for you to just jump right in. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, but that's how I did that. So we select this object right here. You can go to selection mode, make sure in object mode, and what we're going to do now in the perspective view is we're just going to click on the bottom part of this. So double click on that, and we're going to extrude down from this. So I got everything started for you. You'll just have to do a little work now. So I'm going to go Control E, hit the W key, and move that down. As you can see, it doesn't really match that well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it non-uniformly, which means I'm not going to do it from the center. I'm going to do it from this. Now, I could do it from the center and move it out, but from the side view may not work. Okay, so from the side view you can see that it actually does pretty good. Just move that back a little bit, or just kind of keep that in there. What we're going to do is we're going to start right click and just kind of move those vertices so they fit where they need to fit. Okay, let's move these out a little bit, move these out a little bit. Now I'm not really worried about what we're seeing up in here. You don't want to mess with those. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to shading and X-ray. Turn X-ray mode on. It should do something here. Okay. And X-ray. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to hit the 4 key, and you can see that we're going to want to keep that these vertices about the same. Now don't worry if they're a little bit jacked up. I want to keep those in line. There we go. The best we can. I'm in Wireframe. For some reason my X-ray is not working properly. Alright, so I'm just going to model from the front view first, and then we'll make adjustments to the side view. Alright, so we got that so far, and we're going to go ahead and continue modeling down. Okay, and just following that. Alright, so I'm going to do Control E, hit the W key, and move that down. Control E, W, move that down, and I'm going to just scale that in a little bit, non-uniformly. Okay, and maybe move those vertices down a little bit, as you can see what I'm doing there. Zoom in a little bit so you can see the model. Okay, looks good. Let's see here, I'm going to hit the 5 key, go into wireframe mode, right click over that, Okay, so I'm going to go to perspective and you can see what I've got so far, right? So I'm going to go to the side view, alright, go to wireframe and smooth some vertices around, right? Move those in a little bit. That looks pretty good. Alright, looks good so far. Go to wireframe so we can see what I'm doing here. Alright, go to shaded mode and let me go to shading. It's funny, I had that working. Alright, so let's go in here and smooth these vertices around a little bit. Smooth those. I do it by threes, so you can see that I'm group selecting those. Okay, and we're going to go into edge mode and double click on that again and just Control E and move that down and continue just shaping that. I'm going to hit the 4 key and I'm going to scale that in a little bit like that. And don't worry if we don't get exactly what we want. Get as close as you can. Okay, side view, kind of looking to scale that in a little bit like that, non-uniformly, and move it like that. Okay, going down the leg, Control E, W, move it down, continue scaling it here and there. Let's go to the side view and do the same thing and move it into place. Okay, and we'll continue down the leg from the front view. Control E, move it down. And if I hit the 5 key, you can see that this bottom needs to the top here needs to fit that one. If I hit the 5 key, you can see that's the back. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is hit the 4 key and just kind of scale it in. Okay, non-uniform, and then move it over, just kind of fit it within that area. And then move this, hit the 5 key, okay. We'll move that up a little bit, like that. There we go. So the bottom of this will match that one, and we'll scale that, and move it. Scale a little bit more. Alright, so now we're doing good here so far. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Control E, then W, move that down, and just continue. The top of this will be with the line. Okay, if I hit the 5 key, you can see that's the back of it. Alright, so that works out okay. Even though I can't get it to work, let's go back to edge mode and scale that in a little bit and move it over. Okay, and we'll go ahead and Control E and hit the W key and move it down. So we're just kind of, remember the top one goes on there, hit the, yeah, that goes like that. And we're going to continue scaling it just kind of in, and then the side view here, we need to kind of see where we're at there and scale that in a bit and move it in. This one we forgot to do, so let's go ahead and do that. I just go to edge mode and just double click on it, and we'll go ahead and scale that in a little bit. And the bottom line is what we're going to move to that line. So you can see that we got the bottom. So the bottom right here, that edge is kind of with that one. It looks good so far. Okay, now we're going to work our way into the foot. Okay, not so bad. So we get to a point with the foot, we're going to have to go to the side view, and then I can help you shaping it. Okay, so I'm going to go to Control E and hit the W key and move it down. Okay, right to the top of that, and then scale that out a little bit. Actually, went too far. I got to do that one. There we go. And then go to the side view. Yeah. So side view and rotate that, or excuse me, scale that out a little bit. Here we go. And then from the side view, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to go Control E and then W, move that down, and this needs to be mess with quite a bit here. Scale that out. And scale this out. And move it in the right position. Okay. Alright, so we kind of want it to follow right the side view. Alright, so when I go in to 5 mode, you can see that what we have here. And I'm probably going to want to, let's see, looks like we got a point there. Looks good. In the side view, I'm going to go ahead and move those vertices around a little bit. And I'm going to move those in like that, kind of shape it. I'm going to take that one and move that over like that, and shape this one over here like that. And I think if I go to the top, if I go to 5 key, just kind of get these points fixed. Okay. That over here. You can see what we have so far. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. You can see that we can see the, so if I'm going to click on, and we did go to select edge, so right click over and go to edge mode and select everything, and go to mesh display. I'm going to hold down my space bar. You can go all mesh display up here and go to soften edge, and that'll soften our edges up so we can see a little bit better. So that looks pretty good so far. Things may not line up exactly, but that's okay. I think we're alright with that. I just need to maybe move this vertex to close to that one. I'm just going to move that up a little bit and then line that up. I think this looks pretty good. So everything's lined up pretty good. So let's go to edge mode. We're about running out of time, so now I'm going to work on the foot so you can see what I've got so far. I'm going to work on the foot a little bit and start extruding the top of the foot, and the back of the foot, and we'll be back.